Doctor Who The Mind Robber, the 16th story of the second Doctor, is written by Derek Sherwin for 1 and Peter Ling for 2 to 5, and starring Patrick Troughton, Fraser Hines, Hamish Wilson and Wendy Padbury. So the title was going to be Manpower, The Fact of Fiction, and then The Mind Robber. Originally this was going to be the 4-parter, The Dominators was going to be 6-parter, but they changed the first to 6-story using limited budget. As of time recording, The Mind Robber, especially Part 5, is the shortest Doctor Who episode. Part 1 and 2 is 21 minutes long, Part 3 and 4 is 90 minutes, and 5 is 18 minutes. So the story got filmed in Harrison's Rocks in Sussex and Kenley Aerodrome in Croydon on June 1968, and some scenes were filmed in Ealing Studios. The last 3 parts for the story got filmed on July. So the story begins with, at the end of The Dominators, when the lava is on the land, where the TARDIS team are as they go back inside the TARDIS.
They affect the island? Maybe so, but we happen to be on the island. Oh my word!
Jamie and Zoe sees the illusions on the scanner. As they went outside, they're in the blank, all white, which is pretty effective. Zoe sees the illusion of the city in 21st century and Jamie sees the illusion of Scotland in 18th century. While the Doctor is passing out with noise, Jamie and Zoe finds 2 robots, and it's so creepy the way Jamie and Zoe were like this. So the Doctor got them back inside the TARDIS and dematerialised from the white void. As there's a noise in the TARDIS, the Doctor, Jamie and Zoe were doing their maths, but it was too strong and the TARDIS exploded. The effects is fantastic for its time and low budget. We see Jamie and Zoe clinging on the console in space into the smoke and the Doctor sleeping in space.
Jamie, the Doctor!
As the TARDIS team arrived in the maze, a place where nothing is impossible, Jamie gets shot and turns into a paper cutout.
Well, I'm a crewman never died without a fight yet. Craiga, to her!
Jamie!
On both occasions, before Jamie gets turned into a cutout, he shouts Craiga Duan. Fraser Hines joked on the DVD commentary that this is Scottish Gaelic for vodka and tonic. It's close to McLaurin's clan slogan, Cregan Turek, the rock of the boar. So the Doctor keeps hearing the sound of Jamie and Zoe calling for him, so the Doctor ended up meeting Gulliver. They couldn't tell each other where they are. He finds out about the Master.
It is not permitted.
Who says so?
The Master!
The Master?
Not the Master we know, there's another character called the Master. So after Gulliver disappeared off, the Doctor gets surrounded by kids doing riddles like, why did chickens cross the road to get to the other side? Also Pinch Me and Dictionary. So later the Doctor finds a paper cutout of Jamie. He realises the puzzle, which is interesting, where the safe and wishing well is. After he says Jamie is safe and well, Jamie's face disappeared. As he stuck pieces of his face onto him and realises he got it wrong, and Jamie has got a different face, played by Hamish Wilson.
Well, look in the mirror. That's not my face.
So after denying the door is there by saying what is a door isn't a door, they found Zoe stuck in the case. So Jamie helped her up and confused why he's got a different face. As the TARDIS team moved along, Jamie climbed on one of those trees and sees a letter S, and he sees a way out, so the TARDIS team ran into Gulliver and explained about the Master again, and there was toy soldiers coming, which I think they're pretty cool and scary. As the Doctor and his companions hide, Gulliver said there's no army there, so the Doctor, Jamie and Zoe gets chased by those toy soldiers until they reached into the dark area and sees the illusion of Unicorn running towards them. So the Doctor got Jamie and Zoe to say they don't believe in that unicorn and got turned into paper cutout, and the Doctor suspected it's another test by the Master. As the Doctor, Jamie and Zoe heads down the cave, Jamie gets shot again. The Doctor and Zoe finally got Jamie's face right this time, so they use a thread to move along until they run out. So Jamie waited while the Doctor and Zoe reached at the end and heard a Minotaur, while Clockwork toy soldiers is moving towards Jamie. The Doctor and Zoe sees bits of lying around and Gulliver finds them again, and the Doctor finds out who he is. I do love Patrick Troughton as the second Doctor, absolutely brilliant. What can I say that hasn't been said already? Fraser Hines is great as Jamie McCrimmon. Hamish Wilson did a great job as well. The reason why it happened because Fraser Hines was ill with chickenpox, so he was off for a week and Hamish took over for mostly part 2 and half of part 3. Wendy Padbury played Zoe Harriet, who grew up in the space station in 21st Century. She's a fantastic companion. She really kicks ass and looks great in the catsuit. One of my favourite TARDIS team. Bernard Horsfall played a fictional character, Lemuel Gulliver, the main character of the Gulliver's Travel, and he did an excellent job, just like Jack Black in Gulliver's Travel movie. Rhys Jones played Writer, the Master as we call him, Master of the Lands, the ruler of the land of fiction. Philip Ryan played Redcoat, who shot Jamie into a paper cutout twice, which caused him having a different face. Christopher Robbie played Carcass, a fictional comic book superhero. Christine Peary played Rapunzel, a fairy tale princess. John Greenwood played D'Artagnan, a swordsman from the Three Musketeers novel, and he also played Sir Lancelot, a knight in the service of King Arthur. David Cannon played Cyrano de Bergerac, a French swordsman and a writer. Jerry Wayne played Blackbeard, an English pirate. Sue Pulford played the Medusa, an ancient Greek who's one of the Gorgons, a woman with lots of snakes on her head instead of hair, who has the power to turn people into stone. We also have a Minotaur, a mythical creature that's half human, half bull. Those white robots patrolled in White Void are controlled by the Master, which I thought they're pretty cool. And I thought those clockwork soldiers are pretty cool as well. I wonder if they're the same species as those clockwork robots from The Girl in the Fireplace and Deep Breath. The cast did an excellent job. The effects and sets are well done for its time and low budget, like I said. Brian Hodgkin did the special sounds at the BBC Radiophonic Workshop, and I think it's outstanding. While Jamie's on the run, he climbs on the cliffs. He realises he's holding Rapunzel's hair.
Ouch! I suppose you know that hurts.
You mean this is your hair?
So Jamie goes inside the castle. Rapunzel has disappeared, and the inside didn't look like a princess's castle. So Jamie took a look at the tape on the machine about the Doctor and Zoe facing Medusa. It's so scary and effective when the Medusa came to life and about to attack the Doctor and Zoe by turning them into stone. While Jamie is reading the tape, the Doctor uses a mirror to turn the Medusa back into a statue. Meanwhile, Jamie accidentally set the alarm off. As he walked through a doorway, Gulliver arrived. So Jamie took cover while white robots walked past. The Doctor and Zoe meets a fictional superhero, Carcass, and we get a great iconic scene where Zoe takes on Carcass.
Better submit, you know!
Go on, Zoe! So she won and got him to obey her. So he leads the Doctor and Zoe to the door, and the Doctor rang the doorbell. Eventually arrived in the building where Jamie and Gulliver is. So after Gulliver is gone, the Doctor sees a tape where he figures out that if it's written after the events, it's history, but if it's the other way round, it's fiction. They'll be turning into fictions. Zoe accidentally set the alarm and the white robots came, and the Doctor asked them to take them to the Master. So they did, and it looks so cool with the futuristic room with a complex illuminated orb spinning.
Power to imagine.
Exactly. This is one field in which the intelligence I serve cannot compete.
The Master explains he's the writer, while Jamie and Zoe exploring the library. The Master asked the Doctor to work with him, but he kept refusing. As Jamie and Zoe are surrounded by white robots and cornered in the giant book, we get a scary cliffhanger when the book closes on them.
It's closing!
The white robots that closed in on Jamie and Zoe in the void outside the TARDIS had been loaned from a previous use in the British science fiction television series Out of the Unknown.
It's up to you.
So the Doctor felt devastated and ran away from the white robots. He found Jamie and Zoe when he realises that Jamie kept saying the TARDIS broken up. He realises they're fictions. So the Doctor uses Rapunzel's hair to go down and writes on the typewriter. He realises he can't say his name because it would turn him into a fictional character, so he goes up and gets taken away and tied up onto the machine.
Their minds to suit our purpose.
Sausages! Man will just become like a string of sausages all the same.
And I just love the bit where the Doctor and the Master were arguing as they're predicting their story with swordsmen fighting each other. The Doctor eventually got Zoe and Jamie out of the giant book, so Jamie and Zoe uses the controls to release the Doctor and the Master. The whole place gets destroyed, but you can't destroy the fictional characters. Writer turns out to be taken to a land of fiction as well. So in the end, everyone is back in their reality and the TARDIS rebuilds. Yes! I really love this story. It's one of my favourite Patrick Troughton stories. I was blown away by it. I really do love the idea of Land of Fiction and I'd love to see more of it. It's also one of Patrick Troughton and Wendy Padbury's favourite Doctor Who stories, which I can definitely see why it is that good. Such an inspiring piece of story. What did you think of The Mind Robber? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks people as always for watching and see you in the next video.